go back-to-back. Can we get a double scoop of the goop?
Finally some sunshine, Chris. It's good to be out in some nice weather, and nice weather means Don Hugo.
Yeah, exactly right. So the countdown continues, Darren. We're only weeks away now from ID25, and the defending champ is back in action on Saturday night at Menangle. So given that Larry was able to win first up last week, wasn't by a big margin, but he got the job done. He's $1.45 with tab. Don Hugo, $3.50. And then it's double or triple figures, all others. So the tab have got it down to a race in too. It'll be interesting to see what sort of change we get to that market if one or both win, or one wins, one loses. So we'll wait and see, but they've really got it pinned now. Just a two-horse race, just on Don Hugo. Not only Don Hugo starting Saturday night in Sydney, but also the stablemate I Keep Smiling. She's getting set for the big mares feature up here, the Golden Girl. So looking forward to seeing both of those Luke McCarthy stars this weekend.
Another was a contender, still coming, Catch a Wave?
Yeah, he's still coming at this stage, so there was possibility that he could have trialled today, Tuesday at Melton. They've just pushed it back an extra week, so he's going to trial next week, and so too the stablemate, the star trotter, Call Me the Breeze. So there was thought about trialling them both today. They just said an extra week won't hurt them, so they're going to trial next week. But, you know, we're getting down to crunch time now, so we'd expect a fairly forward performance in those trials next week.
Yeah, most definitely. Speaking of trials, Captain's Knock went around at Goulburn.
Yeah, he went around at Goulburn last Thursday. He was able to win that trial, as you would expect. He's a high-quality horse, multiple Group 1 winner. He's still in the mix for the ID series up here in Brisbane, but not a lock at this stage. We will chase up Brad Hewitt just to see where he sits with Captain's Knock. As we know, Brad's been up in Europe with the Elite Lot, with the Locomotive. So that would have been an interesting sort of piece of work there last week at the trials by Captain's Knock. So at this stage, he remains on track for ID25.
Another in those ID nominations, Pin Seeker.
Yeah, he's definitely coming. So, like Bet and Win, we heard the news that Bet and Win's coming to Australia probably a little earlier than expected. That's the reason why they want to start him at Menangle before coming up to Queensland. And it looks like Pinseeker is going to follow a similar path. So he was beaten last time out at Addington in that feature, but he'll have a run around at Menangle and then come to Albion Park.
One horse that knows Albion Park really well. He's been off the scenes. Get an update on For Real Life.
Yeah, well, it's coming down to crunch time now. Trent Dawson's got to make a decision. Are they going to push on for the series? I'm sort of just reading between the lines. I think it's unlikely that we'll see For Real Life start in the series. So, you know, they were doing a number of tests just to make sure that all was okay. But I think time may have beaten them. Hopefully I'm wrong, but a decision will be made very shortly.
There's a name here, and it sounds like some unfortunate news. Susan is her name.
Yeah, it is disappointing news. She's succumbed to another injury setback, so the ID series is certainly off the table for her. So they're hopeful with plenty of time that she'll make a full recovery, but just no ID25 series for Susan is her name. It's really gutting for her owner and breeder, Bruce Wyborn. He was so excited after that Group 1 victory in the MacArthur Mile, hoping to see Star back here in Brisbane. It won't happen.
Fingers crossed they can get her sorted and she'll be back next year. Speaking of the Emma Stewart stable, always hot, 3-year-old New South Wales Derby winner update.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him during the carnival up here. As you said, he's one of only 3 horses that are confirmed for the Rising Sun. Bay of Biscay, always hot, Delhi Row. The mail I'm getting, he's not going to be ready for that big race coming up here on July 5. So don't be pinning your faith in seeing Always Hot take on the 4-year-olds, and hopefully by becoming the first 3-year-old to win that feature, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Unfortunate news there. A horse that could potentially be a Rising Sun prospect, the Lazarus Effect.
Yeah, he's going to start on Friday night at Addington for Bob Barty. He's got a massive opinion of this guy. He was able to score first up at Winton. This will be a far stronger test for him this weekend, but Bob's all in, so if he comes out and dominates this field on Friday night, expect Queensland to be definitely on the radar. Whether he gets the invite or he just nominates him, they're keen to get here with the Lazarus Effect.
Well, we know Bob will be here with Bet and Win as well, so looking forward to that. Speaking of trotters, changing gates again, RC Phoenix, Chris Venozio.
Yeah, well, he's just doing everything right, coming along really well. So he was at the trials today at Melton. So at this stage, they're going to have one start with him and then get him up to Brisbane. He's been here before, as we know. He went to New Zealand, won that Cambridge feature. So at this point, everything's going along nicely. There's a fair bit happening with the trotters right now, but he's just doing all the right things. So if you're looking for a bet for the ID25 series, he might be it.
Yeah, definitely. Our local hopes for the Trotters, not as promised. We saw him in that same race in New Zealand as RC Phoenix.
Yeah, he's going to trial on Friday. So just tying up issues over there during that campaign in New Zealand, really unfortunate given the timing, but at least they've been able to pinpoint what happened over there. So we'll learn a lot more on Friday when he trials between races, but the Inter-Dominion Series is definitely still on at this point.
Looking forward to that and seeing how he trials. Now, Park Avenue or Piastri?
Well, as we know, the Proto Star is generating plenty of hype. This 2-year-old feature, won last year by Fader Waits. Can the Dixon-Seymour combination do it again with Fight for Victory? Well, there's going to be strong Victorian flavour in this year's race. And we know the Soho Standardbreds, they've got a slot. Mick Stanley's got to make a call. Is it going to be Park Avenue or Piastri? Piastri was able to win really impressively first up last week. Park Avenue's pleasing in the trial, so they're going to have to make a call. Is it going to be Piastri or Park Avenue?
Well, if you're going for the speed factor, it's got to be Piastri. Fitzroy, the Lions?
No, Fitzroy, the 2-year-old. This is the 2-year-old owned by the Gurney family here in Queensland. Now, he's under the care of the All-Stars. He's here in Brisbane. Is the Proto Star a possibility for Fitzroy? He's done nothing wrong. He's been chasing home Fugitive, the star 2-year-old over there of the Dalgety. So he's in Brisbane. He's still under the care of the All-Stars operation. Don't rule him out for a spot in the Proto Star.
Well, we'll be keeping our eyes on that. And Rubira, could he be a smoky rising sun? Wait and see there. Fader Waits, expecting him this week.
Yeah, can't wait to see him back in action because he's getting set for the derbies. There's so much on offer at the back end of the year for Fader Waits. So really looking forward to seeing him on Saturday night. Not going to be easy. It's a fairly strong lineup and the draw's not kind, but just great to see him back. They've got great depth at the moment, the Dixon stable. We've sort of almost forgotten about Fader Waits, given everything they've been rolling out in recent weeks, but can't wait to see him on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Got some massive firepower, and his stablemate, 3-year-old Path to Greatness, we'll see it Tuesday as well. Speaking of stable movements, there's a potential mover here, Corbin Newman.
Yeah, Corbin Newman looks like he's going to go back to New Zealand. He came across, established himself with Mouse Brennan, but just a little homesick, so big move. So it'll be a loss for Queensland, but a gain for New Zealand, getting one of their great workers back.
Well, it could be a job as a stable driver for Mouse Brennan, and I tell you what, they've got some firepower in that team as well.
No real end this week. I was looking forward to seeing Tried to Tell You start at Melton this weekend, but he's not amongst the nominations, so I'm not sure if there's been a change in plan or what, but they were keen to get him to the mainland just to try and boost that ranking for ID25, but he's not there, so we'll follow that one up. Tried to Tell You.
We'll throw another one at you, Chris. I copped some feedback during the week. A couple of weeks ago, your end was a high-profile local horse potentially going to the States.
Yep, no, and as far as that is concerned, just sort of dulled down a little bit, so I'm just waiting to see what they do. The horse remains in really good form, so it still could happen, but at this stage, one of the original people that were making, promises to buy the horse and send it to North America, just gone a little cold, so we'll just wait and watch this space at this point with that horse.
Okay, watch this space and feedback noted.
Yep.
Goop looking to go back to back. Can we get a double scoop of the Goop?